What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel. Jason Mackey, Noah Hiles here. I'm just trading in another tall guy here to make me look short on the YouTube channel. Pirates fall here in Lecom on a night game. First night game of spring training by a final score of 6-3 to the Orioles. As always, we got our three takeaways. First takeaway here from this one, Jason, I think we got to start with the starting pitcher. Mitch Keller gets 5 ups, didn't get through the second. They sat him down, brought him back out. What were your takeaways on Mitch today?
Well, he was clearly emphasizing his changeup, Noah, and I thought it was pretty good for the most part.
Yeah.
I have, having covered Keller a couple years when he first started fooling around with this thing, I was struck by just how mature it looks. I mean, this looks like a pitch that can be an actual part of his arsenal, not just bring it out every now and then. The sinker over time kind of found its place. I still think Mitch is kind of looking for his regular season feel, which is fine. It's March 10th or something, but I thought the changeup was very good.
Yeah, I liked it. He threw it, he got 9 swings on it, 3 of them generated a whiff.
Yep.
That's pretty good results there. And, he talked after the game about how he's going to use the changeup more and probably less of the cutter because of that. And the cutter was a pitch that really plagued him last year.
Yeah.
Teams really hit that hard, especially in the second half. I think that's a really good adjustment for Mitch and one that you see from a veteran, a pro who's been around the game for a little bit.
Yeah, and Mitch knows. He knows how to get left-handers out. I think that's a big part of it, having that changeup kind of running away arm side. If he can control that thing, again, he has fooled with that for a couple years. It's really good. The cutter has not been that. I haven't been down here the whole time to see sort of the trajectory of that pitch, but what I've seen and what I've read, not great so far.
Yeah, he's thrown it once.
Yeah.
And that was
Probably
today in the
once
4th
too
inning.
many, as
Yeah,
you said.
right. So we'll move on now. Triolo, second guy I want to talk about. Jason made a few really nice plays defensively. Hit a triple, his second, I believe, of this week. Or no, it was on Saturday, so it's a new week.
Second in a couple days.
Yeah, second in 5 hits in the last 3 games after only having 1 hit in his first 7 games. Some adjustments at the plate. Jason, how big would it be if this guy could be just even a league average hitter?
I mean, I put him in the same category as Ke'Bryan Hayes.
Yeah.
His defense is so good that if you're going to talk about wins above replacement, if he can add something with the bat. I talked to Tree about this the other day, and I think you guys have gotten into this storyline before, but just how motivated he is to show that he's a complete player. He did that throughout the minor leagues. He's hit for high average. He can run a little bit. He's got some gap-to-gap power. A couple years ago, he finished with a really good August and September. I'm surprised if he can't get back to that. He talked to me about some tweaks that he made this offseason in his stance and his setup. If he can put that together in a game, man, with wanting to give Ke'Bryan Hayes a little bit of a break, I know that's another takeaway. It would help them a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he made some adjustments in the last couple of months of last year.
Yeah.
And it didn't necessarily translate to amazing numbers, but I feel like his exit velocity was up toward the end of last season. He was barreling a lot more of the baseball, or at least more frequently. And if you continue to make adjustments and get that, like you said, gap power, this isn't going to be a guy who ever hits 20 home runs.
Yeah, right.
But if he can hit the ball to the gaps, he's going to be a bottom third of the order player. And if you can just get a 100 OPS plus, someone who can drive in 50-ish runs, hit 10 home runs, bat around 250, I mean, this is a very valuable player with what he can do in the field paired with that.
Well, and he's going to play some first base, too.
Yeah.
And I know people get caught up. I'm guilty of this, too, saying, like, you have to hit for power at a corner infield spot, a corner outfield spot. It would sure be nice to get some production from that spot. The Pirates have not gotten that. I don't know what they're going to do in totality at first base. I think a lot of that is still TBD. But you know what? If he can hit left-handed pitching, Triolo is going to get some at-bats playing first base.
And I think he might get some at-bats at third base. Regardless of this news that we're going to share with you, I mean, it's known that Ke'Bryan Hayes, he's going to need his maintenance days. He's already getting some right now. Derek Shelton shared with us after this game that he's experiencing some left side tightness. He fielded some ground balls today, going to take some swings tomorrow. Shelton says he's not worried. Jason, I'll ask you. Are you worried to hear this?
I'm actually not worried about it because it's lat.
Okay.
So often with him, we've dealt with back, and if it was anything back related, I would be concerned. Because it's the disc, because it's it's something that you really can't rehab. If that flared up, and you and Andrew have written extensively about it, because it's lat, I do think this is more just, hey, it's spring, we're not going to go crazy. I was out here on the field watching Ke'Bryan doing what he was doing. He's jumping up and down. Sort of like skipping, but really jumping in the air. There's some push off there. He's running, took ground balls, like Derek Shelton said. I think he's going to take some swings tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. At this point, I'm not concerned. But what we've seen with Ke'Bryan over the past couple of years, Yeah, there's been a history.
I think,
so let's nip it in the bud now.
I just think anytime you hear Brian Hayes hasn't played a while, and then you hear the manager actually say there's a reason behind that other than, hey, we're just giving him some off days, it is worth at least paying attention to. I get why people are concerned as far as Pirates fans are. I'm not that concerned yet either, but it's definitely going to be something I have my eye on for the rest of this week and, the rest of spring training, rest of the regular season. This guy's health is going to really determine what he can do.
He matters
yes,
to this
exactly.
team. If he's healthy, if he produces, I mean, you all of a sudden, your lineup doesn't fall off of a cliff in like the number 6 spot. You've got another run producer. And I thought he's looked really good. I mean, watching from afar, of course, but he was moving around well. This is kind of a bummer that it's, going to throw a wrench into his spring, but hope he gets healthy.
Absolutely. You can check all of our work out at post-gazette.com, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at PG Pirates if you haven't already. He's Jason Mackey. I'm Noah Hiles. We'll have more content here from Lecom Park tomorrow. Paul Skeens on the mound. Ooh. Should be a fun one.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.